Okay, Mr. Kenny Goldman, had a question with regard to a video on Facebook.
That's why
You wanna address it, or you can address it?
that's right. The councilman doesn't want to address it. It was a question not involving the borough, but the political campaign, and therefore the council is not obligated to answer.
Susan, Brower had a question with regard to what is required for the removal of the administrator or the deputy administrator. It's four affirmative votes of the governing body, not inclusive of the mayor.
I'm not here.
Four votes of the governing body, not inclusive of the mayor. That's before council members.
Lois Crowder wanted to know what was happening with the parking, program, and I don't know. We haven't gotten any decision, haven't gotten anything with regard to any changes. So maybe this month. Ms. Jung, asked a question about the renewal or the non-renewal of the consultants, and that we can't handle, or was more of a statement, that we can't handle the police department, issues. Sue Chung, this question for John, with regard to, who signs the checks for the sick payouts? That's clerk and CFO?
Yeah.
Mayor?
The checks are, actually, the vouchers are processed by the finance office, and then the CFO signs off and signs the check. And I know I've said this in the past, I do want to clarify one thing. It wasn't, many employees were getting that check, but a lot of them were entitled to get the check because they predated the statute. As to whether there was any improper action taken, the comptroller's report didn't say anyone did that intentionally. It was very clear that they weren't aware of the change in the law because it existed for a very long time that you were allowed to make those payments. And just as a point of interest or a point of information, many communities were making the same mistake. And in fact, from what I've been told by another attorney from another town, they're challenging that decision. They believe that the state comptroller was wrong. We've accepted, this governing body has accepted the decision and has taken the action to implement it based upon what the state comptroller said. So again, I know in the past, people were under the impression that this was intentional or that there was some type of criminal wrongdoing. The answer is no to that. They were unaware that the law changed. It impacted 5 employees, and it's been corrected.
Let me ask you a
You're
question.
saying that it's not intentional, but it's to work with negligence? Is that true?
What was that?
Can you repeat?
Also, it's not the intentional, but I get that, but then you mean that, what I understand from your answer is that it's just work negligence, that they are not aware of what they're doing? Or-
No, I didn't say they didn't know what
Is
they, I
there
said they were
mistake?
unaware. See, what happens is when that was changed, a notice goes out. It's on a piece of paper, and it's very easy for that notice not to get to the right people. And it's our understanding that that notice did not reach the people in this borough that needed to know, so they knew not to allow for those type of payments. So it's not, again, and if I told you how many people contacted my office and wanted to know because their towns were doing the same thing, and what the state comptroller said, I'm telling you, there were numerous municipalities doing the same thing. Not to make that it's right, but just so that you know, it wasn't unique to Palisade Park. That's my point in saying that.
Mrs. Canino, question, if this is now being challenged and it's upheld by those challenging the state or the comptroller's decision, what would happen?
If the towns, and primarily from what I understand, it's a PBA that's challenging it. If they're successful, that means the state comptroller was wrong and the employees were entitled to the money. If they were wrong. And then there was, wait, what was the other question? And by the way, I apologize for not answering that question. I didn't know that was the question. So I wasn't trying to avoid to answer your question. I didn't understand.
Thank you.
And there was another question about the.
She did, she had an issue with regard to, some type of,
No, another person asked about,
108, is everything in 108?
Contract. EA contract.
oh, the contracts, yes. Well, the mayor and council voted to make make all the changes in the contract. The changes in the contracts were made, they were sent to the, affected employees. The employees did not sign the new contract. It's the mayor and council's position that the contract, whether those changes are signed or not, are going to be enforced in that, the way that the state comptroller has recommended. So yes, the borough has done all the necessary steps to change the language in the contract that the state comptroller's report indicated were not consistent with the state statute. So that has been done, yes, everywhere it needed to be done.
Robert Vito made a statement with regard to sick payments and collections of monies from the mayor.
Yeah, well, actually, that wasn't, just to clarify, that was not in, the state comptroller's report did not address health benefits for anybody in the borough. That was not an issue raised in their report.
No, it's one that we didn't get.
That's one that.
I didn't really want without, that was one of the things we wanted. Ms. Neris, we addressed that one about the credit cards. And the gentleman from 229 Columbia, Mr. Ernie, the garbage pickups are exactly the same, and just for clarification, we don't pay separately for tonnage anymore. So if they choose to pick up items that were left out, that maybe shouldn't have been picked up or should have been left out, that's not costing us any more money, it's a flat rate price. But we'll look into what's going on down by your area down there. We've heard this from someone else, I think we've got an email from you as well.
No, not yet.
329 East Columbia, I think so, yeah, but we'll look into it.
What's something different?
Yeah. Okay, and that's it. Right.
May I have a motion to close the, public vote? No. Motion to
Adjourn.
close and adjourn. Can I get a second? All in favor? Thank you all for joining us.